Okay, guys, we are back. We are back for the third time. So, and the game is over. Carlsen has beaten Hikaru Nakamura. Here, we were just looking at the game. I did not even realize I was just speaking for a long time. And later only I got to know that the stream had ended once more. This time, I don't know. I have tried something, but let's see. I'm guessing it won't happen again. But definitely it was funny that it happened back to back because generally doesn't happen that way. Let me just open the chat. Really don't understand what the issue is. Sagar also tried quite a bit before he went, and now that it is happening again, it means the issue is not solved. So कल तक लग रहा था the issue is solved. So this has to be a deeper issue than what it looks at the surface. ठीक है, philosophy वहाँ पे. But guys, we will also look at Magnus's game finally. And right now, firstly, I want to show you that in Mamedara versus Gukesh's queen was attacked, and Gukesh decided to take it to d7. Here he thought for 14 minutes. Mamedara already had 1 hour 40 minutes, so he's already used 20 minutes. Gukesh uses 14 minutes and he goes queen d7. Both of them have same time. But Mamedara is taking time again. It's been 11 minutes since this move, which he has been thinking what to do. Because a6 is definitely one of the threat which is there. And what else? Is dc4 also? Yes, dc4 could also be possible to isolate the pawn. So that's why. Pri says time for upgrading PC. नहीं भाई पीसी तो अभी एक साल की एनिवर्सरी हुई रहेगी इतना फटाफट पीसी यू डोंट चेंज बट आई थिंक द प्रॉब्लम शुड बी समथिंग एल्स आई डोंट नो द टेकीज वुड नो बट द गेस कुड बी मे बी समथिंग इन द OBS. लेट्स सी. Tomorrow is Gukesh versus Magnus, and I must make sure that we don't face this problem again. So have to look into it. We'll look into it. निखिल रोशन से फिर से लाइक कर देना गाइज. निखिल को डबल ड्यूटी आ गई है. But yeah, time to change broadband. No, it's not internet issue. We also have two issues. It is something related with the hardware. Something which just changed in the last 1 month. I don't know. Some upgrade or something which has gone wrong. Tomorrow is rest day, no? Oh, tomorrow is rest day. Yeah, Jay. Exactly. Thanks for reminding that. So Magnus versus Gukesh would be day after. That is on 3rd. Am I right? Maybe I should check once. If you can confirm once, that would be excellent. But yeah, if there is a rest day, then we'll all see day after. Then I get time to solve the problem also. That's cool. That's cool. OBS का पुराना वर्जन इंस्टॉल करो. कैन वी डू दैट बाय द वे आदित्य? बिकॉज येस, दिस इज डेफिनेटली वन ऑफ द डाउट्स कि द न्यूअर वर्जन सिंस OBS is installed, this is happening. So I thought once you install the new version, you cannot go back to the old one. But if that's possible, should try. Jay Pandit says confirm. ठीक है, कल छुट्टी है guys. So कल स्कूल को छुट्टी है. We'll have it on 3rd. Gukesh versus Magnus and Anish versus Nakamura. Going to be very, very interesting. In the meantime, there is something which I also want to check it out. Magnus Carlsen, he beat Nakamura, but we had seen till this point. I think f5 was played by Magnus. G3 takes. You see there was a pin. Takes queen f5. Knight g3 was played. Nakamura goes knight g3. Queen f7. f5 ko he doesn't take and get his bishop stuck there. He goes back. Magnus first takes on d2. Rook d2 and then goes back to d7. Hikaru goes king b1 there, supporting this pawn, so he didn't have time to take on e4. Magnus goes knight e5 over here, and his threat is to go knight f3. That's a fork there. So Hikaru goes queen e3, but now Magnus takes the pawn on d3. C takes d3 here was played. Magnus goes bishop c6, This rook is attacked. Where is it going to go? Knight e4 by Hikaru. King b8. Once again the prophylactic move which we are looking at. He couldn't take on f5 here. Guys, if queen f5, that would have been a blunder. Hikaru would have won. Obviously, Magnus will not play this. But why was this move a blunder? Very quickly let me know. And let's move on with the game. Yes. Yes, Sentil. Idli. Kaustub thoda sa notation. Learn. Absolutely. Yes, there is bishop h3 there. And who says, then there is, Siddhant says there is knight g4 you have. Actually, there is knight g4. Guys, you found out bishop h3, but there was this defense, so I thought the queen. I missed this defense, so sorry, that didn't work. So queen f5 was possible. Magnus ne kyun nahi khaya pawn? Magnus goes king b8. He goes for a smarter move, bishop h3. And now he goes rook d e8. Here on this file, Hikaru needs to be a bit careful. But no, he goes rook c1. Doesn't really care. That's a blunder. Magnus goes bishop d5. And misses a very good move. What did Magnus miss here? अगर Magnus ने miss किया कि तो क्या तुमको मिलेगा? मिलेगा, because I am asking you at this point you have to find a move. Black to play. Funny that Magnus missed this, yeah? Really funny. Yes, Sentil, Siddhant. Next time, wrong notations, I'm not going to read the names. Crazy, The Crazy, Sameer, Ujjan, Archana, well done, and Sanat. Knight d3, you have removed the defender of this knight, and there is a pin there, and if queen d3, then definitely there is bishop e4. So this is the move Magnus missed. He went bishop d5, the rook went to e2, but Magnus simply captured this pawn, went back with his bishop, and knight g5, queen d7, the queen is gonna come to a4, queen d4 stops queen a4, but queen b5 saying you cannot stop me anymore from coming to the a file. King goes to b1, and finally, oh, Magnus goes knight c6, attacks the queen, rook e8, queen c3, Magnus goes bishop b3, the king is locked, and threats are queen a4, queen a2 mate, knight goes to a4, queen a4, rook moves here, creating an escape square there, knight goes to d4. This check would not mean much as of now, because king goes here, check, king goes here, and then Magnus didn't have anything. So he goes knight d4 first. Now, with the idea of, what is the idea? Can you tell me the second move? What is the idea? Can you tell me two moves? वरुण से मैग्नस ने लास्ट में क्या खेला मुझे समझ नहीं आया. ओके हमने मिस नहीं किया तो क्या हम मैग्नस से अच्छे हो गए? आस्क्स क्रेजी. यस, समीर सिन्हा, सत्यांश, डैनी, आदित्य, अंश, अमन, रमित, Sandeep, Dhairya, Bhavesh, absolutely, royal fork. Yes, the idea is to give check, king c1, and then there is knight e2. That's the threat. So bishop goes to g4, stops the fork, Hikaru stops the fork, but now bishop c2, king c1, and many ways to win, but queen a1 check is what Magnus gives, king goes to d2, and because this bishop had moved to g4, Magnus simply wins the rook. Queen d4 and bishop d3 is the final last move happening there with rook e2. What a nice finish there. If you play bishop e2, queen e2, king c3, then there is queen c2 check, and for king b4 you have c5 and you win the queen. Wow, so that was King's Gambit, which did not go in Hikaru's way. Obviously, it's not easy, like you play King's Gambit in Armageddon against Magnus, so it did not work out. Practically, it seemed very difficult for White to face it, and Magnus beats Hikaru Nakamura. Going to the next Gukesh's game, back to Gukesh's game where he played Queen d7. Uh, Mamedaro played bishop b2 after 15 minutes of thought. Now that's a long thought, and Gukesh takes the pawn on c4. Now, what is Mamedaro going to do? Is he first going to exchange the queen, or is he going to take the pawn? The question to you guys, if queen takes d7, will you capture with the bishop or the knight? That is the question. क्या करोगे? ठीक से सोचो. Narendra says, I think Norway Blitz decided colors for players. Top 5 get 5 whites and others get 5 black. Oh, that's a great information. Bishop, so that we win another pawn, says Jay Pandit. Yes, many of you did say knight. Actually, it was a lot of confusion. Ramit says bishop so that rook can move to b8. Many of you must have thought that bishop d7 ko b7 is hanging. That's why you did mention knight d7 there. But white can take on c4, and you can see that to develop this bishop is going to be a little bit of time. You will need to move the knight to c5. For sure, the c5 square is a good square. It defends b7. It cannot be kicked away. So definitely that I completely agree. But there is a problem. Now, somebody in the chat had mentioned, please ask us a little bit of positional moves as well. So over here, white has a nice move, subtle move. And it's not easy. But what is it that you can think about? Try to think. White to play. Learn, Kaustubh, Sai Kumar. Many of you are asking knight c7 to attack the rook, and if the rook moves, then to go bishop e5 so that you can have a discovered attack. Nice idea. I mean, it's not a bad idea, of course, but black simply develops his bishop here, and the point is you do not have any kind of a disco where you are actually winning material. For example, this is definitely a bad move. You will lose 2 pieces for rook, so that's not going to happen. And only other place your knight can go is to go to b5 here. So this is possible to play here. b7 is protected. But the good move like few of the people have found is bishop to a3. You have pinned a knight here, and black will really struggle here. If you go bishop d7, then once again comes rook fd1. Now you can say you are directly attacking the bishop. Why? Because jaise kaha tha, this knight is defending the bishop, and removing the defender is like you is pe depend nahi kar sakte. You cannot depend on this. This is the guy, he's like karunga main kaam, I will do it, and then he's like yaar nahi ho paya. So that kind of a guy you cannot depend on. And rook d1 has happened, and you attack this guy. If you challenge this over here, then takes, and now knight c7, and wherever the rook moves, finally a good move. White to play. What will you play? White to play. Earthling says that kind of guy is asking for a second chance. चांस तो मिलेंगे, बट वो रहता है ना, कभी करेगा कभी नहीं करेगा. मतलब that is why whenever there is an equal number of pieces attacking a piece and equal number of pieces defending the piece, this is something which you can keep in mind. The defender, if that is attacked, तो फिर you have to make sure. Knight a6, well done guys. Knight a6, we know this is pinned, but it's forced, and you will have to allow bishop e7 and rook d7, and it is completely crushing for white. I mean, white is crushing here. So these are some of the ideas just to give you an idea. So for queen d7, finally coming back to the question, bishop d7 is a good move. Here you are counter-attacking this knight. You do not have time to collect the b7 pawn there, and b takes c4 is a must to capture the pawn back. And now black, oh, by the way, has it happened? No, this is not happened. And here black can challenge this bishop. So this sounds okay. This looks fine for black. But in the game, what Mamedarov decided was to not take the queen. He takes the pawn directly. He doesn't like to allow black's bishop to develop here. And now, after b takes c4, Gukesh plays a6 here. He challenges the knight. He asks the knight to go away from there. It's been there quite a long time, giving a lot of threats. The knight goes back to d4. So queen exchange is now out of question. Gukesh is thinking. He has 1 hour 35 minutes. A good thing is 15 minutes more than Mamedarov. That's a very good thing. And he is thinking. By the way, so all of the people come. Aditya says take Samay Raina advice for OBS. Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah. Okay. So quickly going to Anish's game, because he had a position which was Tarash. Yeah, which had come from semi Tarash, and we see bishop d3 was the h6 was the move where we last left. Wesley went bishop h4. He did not give up his bishop for the knight. Queen a5 by Anish there. Bishop goes to b1. White, could he not castle here? If white would have castled, what was the problem, guys? Why did white not castle, you think? Not a difficult one. Quite simple. Hey, hello Kimaya. Long time. How are you? How does black develop the light square bishop? Are you asking in Gukesh's game? We will go back there. Narendra says within 1 hour Magnus and Hikaru played classical, then Armageddon and went home. Party. And then tomorrow is a rest day. So actually they can party. Yeah. So over here the night, yes, Siddhant, Bhavesh, Aditya, Sameer, Vittal, Archana, absolutely just a simple developing move when you can